David, just your thoughts on the match?
First of all, congratulate Spartans. They've deserved to win the game. I think we'll look at probably less so the individual match itself and look at more at the moment. The guys have probably gone through one of the toughest or most challenging spells they've had in their young careers, and where when something happens and it goes against them, they're finding that quite challenging. Just think it's something we're going to have to help and work together to try and make sure that we get out the other end of this, because I think you look over the course of the season, they've got themselves in a position where it's looked quite good for them. I was looking at the league table, which is not our end goal. Our end goal is obviously developing players and getting to a point where they're getting closer to a first team. But in the back of today's performance, we've obviously not performed at key points, and ultimately been punished for the most part during those times.
Yeah, how much do these games serve as a big learning curve from the boys, obviously coming away to a tough venue against a team who are enjoying a good season themselves?
Well, listen, we'll look at obviously that point. Spartans are enjoying a good season themselves at the moment, but I think we'll look at what the course that we're at the moment. We know that we've conceded more goals than we'd like to have over the course of the season, but when you break it down to the most recent games, we're at a spell at the moment where it's new to these guys, because it's not something that's happened that often. So we have to try and work together to try and make sure we can get ourselves out the other end and find our rhythm again where we had over long spells of the season up to this point. So it's I think at the moment it's trying to help manage the adversity and deal with moments where it's not going their way, and make sure we get back to a point where we're being closer to the type of team we want to be.
Yeah, and how important is it during a period like this that the boys stick together and make sure that team spirit does remain high and confidence is high?
Yeah, listen, if you break it to the game, that is something that's going to be important for them to try and get at the other end of that. But we'll continue to do that as individuals and as a group together. So it is going to be a bit where we regroup for the next 7 days or so and prepare ourselves for the next game. But tonight we obviously weren't good enough in the final third. We didn't create enough chances, and we were punished at moments when we obviously switched off or allowed Spartans to get themselves in a position where we didn't defend well enough.